all of them from the federal government, coming from different ministries but selected by their expertise of being involved in the state building processes in other states. So I work in the office of the Prime Minister. Some of the colleagues are in the Minister of Planning, but the majority of the members are from the Minister of Interior. I would say briefly, since we have arrived in Las Anod, we've witnessed a flow of people arriving in this city from different corners of the regions that wanted to establish this state, mainly from Senag, from Buhodle, and people around Las Anod. So the committee went around to meet with whoever that was considered as a stakeholder in the process, what we consider a stakeholder mapping analysis. So mainly we met with traditional elders who seem to be a very strong hold of powers in this area. The local authorities that existed by the time we have arrived, as well as different community groups, women and youth and religious leaders. We took and understood a sense of what is their intent and what is exactly expected from us based on the terms of reference that we have been provided by the Minister of Interior. By then, we found out that our main role is actually to assist and support a process that was going on for some time. So I want to make sure that everybody here understands that we did not start things from scratch. And I think in back the very short history of this region, 2023 was very important for the former SSC, a time that they have had a number of meetings, a number of declarations, and the same year that they have got some sort of an announcement from the federal government to recognize their demands. In 2025 also it has been marked by the visit of the Prime Minister, who announced recognition with conditions of completing the process that was remaining. So our task started with that stakeholder mapping analysis, and then we managed to facilitate forming a number of local committees. And as we move step by step, I think the first local committee that was established was the committee that was assisting us in convening the community meeting. They have managed to nominate by their traditional elders 432 members of the community who have been delegated to represent different clans and communities to discuss what is exactly their issues, what they would want to share, what was going on before, what is the situation now, and how do they want to proceed for the future. That was basically a conference that was taking place for about 1 week, and it was the conference that produced the constitution of North-East state of Somalia. I want to mention here that that constitution was going on, or its preparation was going on for about 2 years, or a bit less than that. But when we arrived, we found out that the committee that was assigned to prepare the constitution were mainly from the Seoul region. And with few facilitations and conferences and meetings we have had, the communities who arrived from Senag have decided to nominate 7 experts from their side who have then joined the Constitution Committee. A total of 14 plus 7 have then been agreed to be the committee that will finalize the Constitution elements. While they were preparing the Constitution elements, we facilitated a community discussion on key constitutional agreements that should come from the public. So that's where the name had to change, and the geographic setup, as well as the logo of the state and the flag and all of that was discussed. We were glad that that conference concluded peacefully, and by the time that stage was final, I think I'm just saying it briefly, the package of having a state established constitutionally was very clear. And from there, it was very well known what are the parameters of the social contract among the communities in this region. I think the committee that was preparing the constitution benefited from other constitutions in the Somali different regions, and they have managed to include number of things that I think mostly not included in other regional states, such as segregation of responsibilities and positions between members of the parliament and the cabinet. It's very well known in Somalia that whoever becomes an MP have a chance to pursue an option of becoming part of the cabinet. In Northeast state is not allowed by the constitution. If you become a member of the MPs, then that's it for you. You would not be part of the executive branch. From there, the agreement in the constitution showed that 83 members will be the representatives in the parliament of this regional state. And it was a little bit tough, but then the process of selecting those MPs from different clans and communities have launched. And that has taken, I think, about 2 weeks, where each community, through its elders and traditional leaders, have to sit together. There is a very common name here. If you come to this region, you will hear often, which is Grad or Ism. I think it's something they share with both Puntland and Somaliland, a very strong hold of decision making within the community. And we were pleased to see a number of different clans gathering their elders and chief aqlis and different members of the community discussing who deserves to be a member of the parliament. And some of them actually gathering their common well-known individuals to vote for whoever that will be. They have therefore submitted lists of nominated individuals through another locally established committee, and as such we managed in conclusion of about 2 weeks to form the council of the MPs in this region. I think from there we felt that the burden on our shoulders have been relieved, and they have to take responsibilities for themselves. So far they have managed to elect their speaker and the 2 deputy speakers, and they are now in charge. We are only here to observe how are they processing their steps of election, and the anticipated date for electing the president of this region is scheduled to be on Saturday, 2 days to come from now. Unless the committee members would like to add, I don't want to take much of the time of participants for something they probably were following up, but they would assume we would have a chance to respond to questions in case there are questions raised. We have colleagues who are experts on election from our committee. We have lawyers who are experts on the constitution. So I would be referring specific technical questions to my colleagues within the team. Otherwise, I'm very sure that whatever I'm missing will probably come through questions. Thank you very much, Jim, and thanks for everyone who is attending this meeting.
on the screen who would like to make a comment or pose a question while we can benefit?
I also want to highlight that the committee focus is more on the technical aspect of forming the state, while we reserve the political issues for the Minister of Interior and the leadership of the government. But to the extent that we have been here, maybe we can contribute to some of the questions related to some sort of the state formation or the politics. What I would personally contribute into that topic or the point that you have raised, Jim, respectfully, is that we have been seeing different signals and happenings that are taking place. We were here when we received it and met with an elderly committee led by Grat Kulmiye from the Somali region of Ethiopia, arriving in Las Ano to talk to the local authorities about possibility of mediating between Northeast State and Somaliland. By talking to them, we felt that this is actually creating a good hope for the future, whereby if traditional elders of different clans in both regions and neighboring regions as well can contribute to the process of peacemaking. So we understand that the very long history of this region being marked and a disputed area has been at least, intervened by the federal government as well as by the people of this region to take it into a different stage and a level where the people of this region are controlling themselves, at least for SSC. On the other side of Puntland, we've been seeing ups and downs of different responses. The traditional elders of Puntland, former politicians, and other key individuals of the same region have been publicly supporting the formation of this state, while the current government of Puntland have been partially positive and partially negative to the process. In my experience, I have never seen a regional state that was formed in Somalia with 100% positivity from all the stakeholders. So our assumption, for which is hopeful, I would say, for this region, is to find ways of different actors, neighbors, and people within the region agreeing to a peaceful way of living together. And that's what we try to convey as a message, that a geographically established administration that is meant to provide services to the public should not be further politicized. Of course, there will be pockets of areas that require a specialized sort of peace process. It's not hidden that the city of Arigaba would need to receive some sort of a peace building process. But it's not strange in even established regional states within Somalia, clans and different communities continue to unfortunately have tensions here and there. So while politically the elite class of Somaliland and Puntland seems having different stands of the formation of this state, it looks like the traditional elders and some of the politicians are coming forward to realize that this is a new reality. I hope I have answered at least partially your question.